Okay, fellas, yesterday, oh, by the way, I'm back to my main computer, as you can tell. But yesterday I put up a video of these two girls talking, and most of you guys were able to follow the instructions and don't put stupid, immature comments. You know, I don't give a fuck if they're not your type. Did you learn something? That's all I give a fuck about. You see, feel my irritation, but it's hard dealing with people on the internet. To Walter out there, he's been sending me a bunch of emails trying to prove that, I don't know, you guys ought to just give up. I think that's what he wants, because he's given up. He's found all this information on ugly guys. What he doesn't realize is that the really gorgeous guys, that one video that he gave me himself pointed out, are 3 to 5% of the population. So that means 95% of the population out there are average to below average, and maybe a little bit, are not the 5%er drop dead gorgeous that he's slathering over. Okay, so obviously he's at the bottom of the barrel. At least he feels like he is. He's at the bottom of the barrel in looks, and he's given up, refused to try to improve himself or whatever. I think he believes that his only option is some surgery. Well, the first thing is that, he's probably looking at the hottest babes around, and unfortunately, there is a caste system to the game that I've talked about. I read about it in a Caucasian guy's ebook, and I threw the book away. I was mad, even though it was the truth. I had to admit it was the truth, but it still pissed me off. So I've already gotten pissed off for you guys. So don't bother with stupidity, please, and immaturity. Yes, good-looking people have it easier in the game. Gorgeous guys have it so fucking easy. Okay, get over it. Grow the fuck up and get over it. Start working on yourself. That's why I'm here to help you guys improve your game. Because we're the 95%, okay? We're the regular looking dudes out there. And we can make ourselves better looking. Okay? Instead of giving up like Walter did. Now, I think Walter is using a fake account because it's a brand new account. I believe he's a TFLer. I believe that's where he's from. That's why he keeps sending me all this proof. I asked him what his TFL name was. He has not answered that yet. But obviously, he's a TFLer, found the account, and wants to send me all this information to justify his position, which I don't know what it is. I believe his position is we should just give up, which means I should have just given up myself. I should have gave up a long time ago. I'll never be super light-skinned. I'll never have that straight hair. I'll never have that Caucasian nose. I've got my big lips, and they're crooked. This one side's bigger than the other side. For that reason alone, I should give up. That's why I look like I have no teeth in my mouth, because one side is thicker than the other. I should really give up for that reason alone, right, fellas? Huh? I should give up because I have long legs and a short torso. Trunk looks all smashed up. I should give up because I'm barrel-chested. I mean, girls like slim guys, right? I should have given up because I didn't get to be 6'8" like my brother. My little brother did. Think about that. Now, I know Walter is probably facing some physical challenges. He's probably, as I said, dark-skinned, very short, and fat. In the African American community, there's some belief that, it used to be a belief that having dark skin is bad, which is some bullshit. Because you look at that singer Tyrese and that actor who looks like him. Both perfect prime examples of dark-skinned African males who are extremely popular. I think the one male is in that Fast and Furious. I can't remember his name. Tyson. It came to me. I was going to tell you guys, don't write us. Don't do the nerd thing. By the time the show gets aired, I already remembered what it is I'm trying to remember, okay? I'm trying to get you guys to denerdify yourself and stop all that nonsense. So, following this guy's train of thought, I should have never tried to start my business because I'm not smart like my brothers. Following that train of thought. I never should have started my first business. I never should have left Pacific Bell Telephone and started my business. I would have only failed because I'm not smart. I wasn't drop dead gorgeous, so nobody would come to me. I was skinny. Who wants a skinny trainer? In fact, I never should even start teaching aerobics classes or learning how to dance. My parents told me I couldn't dance. That's what I heard my entire life. Your little brother can dance really well. What happened to you? I heard that over and over again. Why are you so shy? I heard that over and over again. So by Walter's standards, I shouldn't have did any of the things that I did do and became who I became. By his reckoning, by his thinking. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? People like Walter are like a negative poison. A negative poison. You listen to people like that, and you won't do anything in your life. All because they got a short end of a stick, and they think everyone else should suffer. Just because they're suffering. I got a couple short ends of sticks, and I'm glad I didn't let that shit stop me. I created my own stick. Where there was no way, I found a way. It makes me wonder if Walter truly is African American or of African descent. That sounds better than African American. I wonder if people from Africa resent us using that phrase. Somebody from Africa, let me know that. How do you feel about that term, African American? I actually don't like it. I like African descent. Because we're born here. It's not showing proper respect to our ancestors. But anyway, when you listen to people like Walter, you guys will never go anywhere. They're the poison of the world that you have to avoid. Somehow this poison has found my channel. That's that whole TFL movement. They're a bucket of poison. All because they don't want to work on themselves and make themselves better. And they have unrealistic expectations of what they should get. You know, to be upfront here, I've seen ugly guys with some smoking hot babes, but that's not you guys. If you're ugly, if you're on the internet, that's not you. You don't have that kind of charisma. So you got the short end of the stick. You got the unattractive gene, and you didn't get the swagger. I have no idea how these ugly guys did it and developed it. I can only envision the years it took, but they got it. There was a club I was going to many years ago. It was called the 7440 Club here in Sacramento. The 7440 Club. I don't know if it's still open. It was an outside club. There was a very unattractive kid that went there, but he was a drug dealer, and he had women around him like crazy. He had that kind of energy about him that said leader also. He didn't give a fuck about being born. I think he was like 5'5". He didn't give a fuck about that. He didn't give a fuck about his skin tone, his hair. When I go out, I always observe other players who got the game. So I studied him in between doing my little thing. And I always tried to pull people's good qualities from them so I could add it to myself. And that's one of the things I had noticed about that young man, was he had that charisma about him and that confidence. Without formal confidence training, I have no idea how these guys built it. I can only assume that, as I said, they did it the hard way, a long way. I can't even fathom what they did to do it. But if you're unattractive, what you need to have in your tool chest is a lot of confidence. You know, the average is here. If you're down here, you better have a lot of confidence. And as I said, there is a caste system. Hot people usually date hot people. This book said if the average guy can date 2 up. So if you're a 4, you can get a 6. If you're a 5, you can get a 7. If you're a 7, you can get a 9. With the right confidence. Okay? There are exceptions to every rule also before someone says something stupid. I apologize for sounding bitter today. I've been dealing with a lot of internet guys for the last couple of days, and this Walter guy has pushed my buttons, I should say. When I think of guys like that who gave up and want to come to my channel and poison my channel just because they were not man enough to keep going, to keep striving. And I understand how it is. You see these smoking hot babes and you want one yourself. And I hate being the bearer of the bad news. You know, that's why I talk about the pickup artists. They send these ugly dweebs out into these smoking hot girls' faces, and they expect them to do well in the game. And all they do is get shit on. I'm going to post in the next video that same girl's video talking about ugly guys, because I believe that's one of the videos that guy sent to me, Walter. And that's what really must have fucked him up in the head. Something fucked him up deeply in the head, and I hope you guys aren't like that. Especially if you are on the unattractive side. You're at the bottom end. It's unfortunate that there is a caste system. That's the way humanity is. Get over it. I know some people would say, well, that's easy for you to say because you're 6'1" or whatever. No, it's not. As I said, when I read that, I got mad. Because I said, I'm not one of the 5%ers. As I said many times before, if I got back in the game, all this blubber on my body, I would have to lose it. Because I would want to date as hot as I could, but also I'd work my way up there though. I know that I'm not in the best shape right now, so I would start with someone who was closer to my own level, and then I work my way up. And that's where many of you guys falter. You want to go for the hottest chicks when you haven't earned that right yet. You haven't worked on yourself. You haven't done all the work that needs to be able to handle those smoking hot chicks. You think reading a pickup artist run up in her face a bunch of bullshit qualifies you for that. It doesn't. And I know that's hard to accept, but I've been in this game for a long time, and that's the truth of it. But I refuse to get bogged down like Walter. I refuse to bring you guys down like that also. Peace.